video and video. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Snake Dog 916 coming at you again live from Sacramento. Hey, look for the t-shirts to come soon. Live from Sacramento t-shirt merch is coming. Put your orders in now. Let me know what your sizes are, what you need. Don't put it in the comments. Go to Nate.dog916 at Instagram and we'll get those orders and see what I got to print out, because I'm not finna print out a whole bunch of t-shirts if y'all don't want them. It's gonna be a live from Sacramento t-shirt. It's gonna be the first one. We're gonna get right into it, man. This is part 2 of with Mr. Paul Scott and Mr. Paul Scott Jr., man. It ain't even no point in doing no more intros. Let's get right back into it, man. So you take your dad to R&R for release now. Let's get up to that point. And you walk away, and you walk away feeling like, damn, I've been abandoned all over again.
Right.
So how much more time do you have to do after that?
When was that?
10 months.
10 months.
10 months after that. So how did that go for you?
It was cool. Well, they transferred me. They transferred me over to the dorm living.
Okay.
I had never lived in the dorm. I did all my time in the cell. Never lived in it. So it was
I can imagine. I don't know, but I can imagine it's rough. To go to a dorm from living in a cell, having your own space, to living amongst I don't know how many, maybe 102 people.
Mm-hmm. And it was a trip because I still by that time I was going to church on Sundays and stuff.
Good stuff.
And when I got over there, it was like 6 homies from PDL in the yard.
Right.
And we was working out. We was just having, in there, you just having fun.
Right.
You think you having fun.
Right,
you
absolutely.
Having fun. And
chilling.
Yeah. And one of my dudes I went to high school with, one of my homeboys, he was on the other yard. And I was like, man, you got to get over here. You got to get over here to this yard.
Right.
And I went to the sergeant, and I was like, hey, man, my relative is on the other yard, man. Get him over here, man. Get him over here for me. And he had known me from B yard from being in the cell with my dad.
Right.
So he was like, all right, man, that's your cousin. I'm going to get him over here. I'm going to get him over here. So he moved him over to the yard. And he went home probably like about 13 days before me. And we was talking, reminiscing and stuff, and we was playing basketball. Well, he was playing basketball. I didn't play basketball. He was playing basketball and got into it. And we got into it with a dude from Sacramento. Got into it with a dude from Sacramento. And we went to the dorm. And then some other dudes started tripping. So I'll go to the thing, and we was like, all right, we're going to line it up. We're going to line it up, whatever. Right. I was like, we're going to meet in dorm 13. We're going to all do it. Mm-hmm. So I think I was in dorm 15, which was all the way at the end.
Right.
So I'll go get my stuff. I'm in my locker. I'm getting my gloves. So before I can even get my gloves off, the alarm go off. Bam! So the first thing is, these are the homies that getting down.
Yeah.
Man, I shoot past. I just shoot out the dorm. But by this time, my dorm officer is trying to come out of the office and lock the office. I run straight past him. He said I bumped him. I didn't remember bumping him. But I shot straight past him. I'm streaking across the yard.
Right.
The yard's down already. So I'm running, like, get in. So I'm running. So now I see my boy on this side, he running. He thinking the same thing because he coming out his dorm. So I look up, so we see each other, so we finally get in. Man, I was 11 days to the house.
Oh.
I was 11 days to the house. And the sergeant wasn't there that I knew. And but it was an officer that was there, and he was like, hey, he's like, man, Scott, what the fuck was you thinking, man?
Right.
Like, what was you thinking? I said, man, you want some bullshit or you want the truth?
Right.
He said, man, give me the truth, man. I said, man, I can't go back to Pasadena knowing that my homeboy then got into it and I didn't do nothing. I was in the yard. I said, I can't live in Pasadena like that, man. Mm-hmm. So he said, so what you get out for then? I said, because I seen him running. He said, man, I'm still taking your ass to the hole.
Running as running to the incident, not running away from the incident.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that before you try to say something. He's seen his homeboy running to find him, just like he was running to find him.
Yeah.
But sorry, I just had to clarify that to make sure they don't think your homeboy was running away from the issue.
No, he was running to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, they took us both to the hole, and well, they took a lot of us to the hole. The dudes who was actually fighting.
Yeah. Was it the same dudes?
No.
That was the issue on the basketball court?
It was the same dudes, but what happened was the dude was like, man, we're not finna get into it with these cats over you mad over a basketball game.
Right.
So he like took it upon himself like, well, me and you gonna squabble.
Right.
So they squabbled, and that's what laid the yard.
That's what the alarm was.
That's what the alarm was.
Okay.
And,
but they was just fading.
They was just fading.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was in the hole, and it started made me to think, but I needed that because everything that my dad used to tell me, you know, I was listening, but I never really applied it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I heard it, and even though I went to church with him, even though I took the classes that he told me to go take, I did all that, but I really wasn't applying it into my life because it was another side. I still was blood.
Right.
And you know, it wasn't out of my system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like I got loyalty to my dad, but I can still do this on the side and be loyal to the Bloods.
Yeah, he'll be at work.
Yeah.
He'll be out here with the homies.
Exactly. Same
Right.
shit.
Just
But,
like when we go on the streets and we out in the streets with the homies while I pop at work.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't change. He can't watch you all the time.
Exactly. So when I was in, but he was at home. He was home by then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but so I was in the hole. I was just sitting. I just started reflecting on everything he used to tell me. And I was like, man, I'm 11 days to the house. Like, then these folks. So then the dude come over there and say, no, the officer said you bumped him. They could give you assault on the officer. So I'm like, man, get the fuck. I'm like, man, get away from my cell, man.
Right.
Get away from me. So long story short, they made it. The sergeant that knew us, he made me sweat it out to the last day.
Didn't they just
3 days. 3 days before my release date, they sent me to AQuad. Sent me back to where I originally was
From
at.
west to back to east.
Yeah.
From the level 2 to the level 3.
Okay, is it a different prison?
Yeah.
Is CMC
It's
West
the
and
same-
CMC East?
yeah.
It's one
See,
compound or it's different?
It's two different. It's off ground. It's two different facilities.
Okay.
One
Okay.
is dorm living. It's off the grounds.
Okay.
No tower. No gun rails and nothing. Just
Okay.
level 2.
Right.
And then level 3 is the towers, the guns,
Walls.
the whole shot.
Okay, all right. But it's all the same prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
East and west.
East and West, yeah.
Okay, so like you know how High Desert has High Desert and Susanville, but they're both on the same compound?
Yeah.
Or like Folsom has New Folsom and Old Folsom,
Yeah.
but they're on the same compound?
Yeah.
You actually have to go through a whole transfer process,
Yes.
pack your property, everything, and then get
Same
transferred.
thing.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
so it's the same way.
Yeah.
All right. So they send you back to AQuad.
Yeah, go back to AQuad. They sent me to AQuad.
This is the minimum or this is the third?
the third.
Okay, this is level 3.
Level
okay.
3, yeah, I'm on level 3. And it was just, and then, what was I forgot to do, man. Anyway, but, they moved me in the cell. I ended up going in the cell with a dude that I knew from church or whatever. They're from going to church. And it was like, I didn't feel like I was getting released.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just there like, oh, this is another part of the prison. And it was, I will happen. So the day I was supposed to get out, it was August 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm drinking coffee. I'm on the yard talking.
Right.
Like, so the officer come outside like, hey, Scott, man, you want to go home or what?
Oh, wait, you go home in the middle of the day there?
In the morning at about 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's
about
different.
9
Yeah,
o'clock.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's different from where I got released from. Let's put it that way. We get released at when I got released at shift change early in the morning. Like 5, they came open my door like 5 o'clock in the morning. Took me to R&R.
Nah, they wait. You after we go to chow.
Yeah, you know, went to chow and everything.
Everything, yeah. So I was just sitting in the dude like, man, you gonna go home? Like, you wanna go home or what? So I said, yeah, man. I said, yeah. He said, cause you can stay here if you want
Right,
to. I
of
said, nah,
course.
get me up out of here. But I still feel like he was joking.
Right.
You know, I
Because
didn't
you think you got this case, this staff assault case, and all this looming over your head, right?
Yeah.
Is that what your thought process is,
Yeah.
or they just really? Okay.
Yeah. They never said that. They said that 115 still was pending.
Pending. Okay.
But they let me out the hole. I should have knew.
Yeah, because you
but-
got 15 days for them to deliver your 115 to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hear it.
Yeah. So they just I didn't feel it until I went to R&R. until I got to R&R and I put the clothes on.
Oh, you put the
stuff.
dress outs on.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what my dad felt like. I never had asked him. I didn't have phone calls with his stuff. But I'm like, man, I wonder that what my dad felt like putting some socks
Some
from
free
the street
clothes on again.
You know what I'm saying? That's why
Right.
I was like, I had some shorts. And my cousin had sent me some old shorts, and I was in real good shape then.
Right.
And he had sent me this little ass T-shirt, Abercrombie and Finch. I'm like, man, what the hell is this shit, man?
Right. Got you coming out looking like a model or something.
I'm used to Pro Club
Yeah.
2X.
Chunky,
So,
yeah.
I'm like, man, like what is this? So I'm like, man, I'm aware. So I wore it out, and it
Right.
was like I went through the same gates that he went through.
Right.
Like
So that took you mentally somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went through those gates, and then my mom and it was outside.
So you free again. Free again at this time. What year was this?
That was in 06.
So this is
August
06. You get out in 06. I was still locked up. Oh, so what? You got out early?
No,
Oh, you got your good time then.
I didn't get no good time.
You got 7 years? Oh, you did 85% of your time.
85%
So yeah,
of my
15% would be considered your good time then. That other 15 of the 100%, that would be considered your good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't get no time taken away the whole time you were there?
No.
Oh, good shit. So, side note, for those who think what people say you can't do time without getting in trouble, you can do time without getting in trouble. First of all, you guys remember Mr. Scott's story. His brother didn't get in no trouble like that. Now you hear his son's story. It's obviously doable if that's what you're trying to do. Although he almost trucked it off at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But, it is possible. So for you guys thinking that you can't, you know what I mean, stay out of trouble, you can obviously stay out of trouble even in the midst of a jungle. You can still stay out of trouble if that's what you want to do. You can do what you want. So, now you're free. How long did it take you to contact your father once you got out? Or how long did it take? Who contacted who first?
I called you that day. I called you the
Same
same
day?
Yeah, same day.
Or were you here in California? Or were
Yeah.
You, oh,
Yeah.
you were here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how'd that, the first time you guys came back into contact with each other again, how'd that go?
Well, when you say the first time you guys came back in contact, I didn't look at it as the coming back in contact. I looked at it as this is the first time we are in society.
Even more
Together,
so. Yes,
together,
free
bro.
together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a whole big thing.
So my mind, as I'm, and this may sound crazy, but my mind was focused in on I'm here with him, but I was going back to when he was a little kid.
Right.
How did he look? What was he doing? And I'm trying to place myself in the. Can we go back to that moment? Can I be there? And can I use the stuff that I've learned and give him now what I wasn't able to give him then? Because we in society.
Right.
We ain't in prison no more.
Right.
So can it be provided to him now in a way where he gets it?
Right.
And by this time, he's back out with a lot of his homies.
Okay.
And then they got a big swimming party going for him.
Okay.
And all that. And so, because I hadn't really integrated back into society completely myself.
Right. You only been out 10 months.
Right.
Okay.
So, I didn't feel comfortable going to his mom and his stepdad's house where the party was at.
Right.
So I didn't get to be a part of that.
Okay.
So, because I isolated myself, so to speak, while everybody else went and partook in that, to some degree, I felt as if I'd placed myself back in the cell. And that was something that the doctor that I'd worked for in there, a concern that he had for me when I got out, was that some of the institutionalization flare-ups don't cause me to put myself back in the cell.
Right.
Because after being in for so long, you can be faced with certain challenges in society where you put yourself back in the cell just simply to think.
Right.
Because that's where you learn how to do your best thinking at. Or you're strategizing to be able to go. I didn't learn how to go to the library on the streets.
Right.
That's something I had to learn.
Right.
So as being out over a period of time, I began to do that. So I gradually began to grow and become accustomed to doing things that was considered normal, everyday, civilized people stuff.
Right.
Not that I was not civilized, but it's something you have to adapt to.
Absolutely.
And some people have pressure placed on them that they don't know how to deal with it, and that's what caused them to resort back to crime, or they go back into the actual prison cell.
Yeah.
Where they locked in it because they reoffended or they violated their parole because they weren't able to function properly in society. So those was lessons for me to learn, and I had it right there
Right.
in front of me. If that was a good enough example
No, it was
to be
definitely.
used.
It definitely. So you obviously did a violation with the new beef. We don't really got to get into that one. But what are you doing now, man? What you doing now? How's life now for you?
I'm an electrician.
You're an electrician, so you're working. You're out here. You got a job,
Yeah.
a real job.
You really?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downgrade any job. Me to see a man working, especially an ex-convict working, is a good thing to me.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many of us out here that use that excuse that I'm an ex-con, I can't get work, and you know what I mean. And that's crap. That's trash. You know, obviously, because all of us are doing our own thing. You know what I mean. You know, and everybody who comes on my channel is doing their thing. You know what I mean. I don't bring on people that are still out in the streets doing their shit because.
Right.
That's not propagating good stuff. That's propagating bad stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, first of all, congratulations for being out. Congratulations on, you know, having time with your kid. You know what I mean? And all the stuff. You guys can see pictures. I have a picture progression that I'm gonna put on the page. You guys could see this to make the story stick a little bit better. Good luck in whatever you choose to do. Electrician, wherever it go. And like I said, truck driver is good too. But Mr. Scott. What's new with you, man? What's going on with you now?
I'm in the process of becoming a certified American chaplain under the American Chaplaincy Association after I complete the final phase of the course in late November.
And what does that what does that entail?
That
what does that
entails
mean?
me-
Being a certified chaplain.
That means that I'll be able to go anywhere in the United States of America and practice chaplaincy.
Any church, any
It's
denomination?
Not, it won't be. It's not under any denomination. It's not under any church.
Okay.
It's considered basically universal.
Okay.
And it's under spirituality, if anything, because
Right.
I practice sharing the compassion of Christ.
Right.
And doing the service to help people that may be going through any type of critical situation.
Right.
It consists of military chaplaincy. It consists of
Wow.
hospital and hospice. It consists of corporate world, business world, jails and institutions, whatever the situation may be, prisons, whatever direction that I feel led to go in.
Right.
It might be just an event that takes place in the community that really traumatized people, just like here in California, these fires.
Right.
Some people go back to their home, they left, it was there, they go back and it's burned down,
Right.
and that vision can send them into a very depressed state of mind.
Absolutely.
And they need somebody to help them talk and process that.
Right.
Well, I'm learning the skills to be able to do that without having to be limited to any particular denomination
Right.
or organized religious structure.
Right. Okay. So have you tried to go back into the prison anymore? Or are you?
I
are
still
you
go into
interested?
prison. I
Are
go
you
into
still doing
Georgia
that?
Diagnostic and Classification Prison 3 times a week.
Oh, every week.
Yeah, every
Oh,
week.
dang.
I still do that.
Okay, that's
under
beautiful.
under Chaplain Bernard
So
Miller.
you get to interact with convicts.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I got
Yeah.
my volunteer pass.
Is that a brown card? Is it called a brown card
Yeah,
out
that's
there?
called, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got my volunteer.
I know it's a brown card here.
They don't call it that. They just call it Georgia Department of Corrections
Okay.
Community Volunteer Pass.
Okay, good stuff.
And that's what I go in with. I also go into Metro Reentry Program.
Okay.
I'm a member of the Offenders Alumni Association.
Okay.
So I go in there and I'm part of a class that teaches there, which is Credible Messengers,
Right.
which help guys get prepared before they return to society and be able to integrate back in the community, to get the proper medical they need,
Right.
go back to school, get job, help them put resumes together, help them be able to utilize some of the work assignments that they had while incarcerated,
Right.
to include that to show that they was employed,
Okay.
and help them get possibly certification for some of the skills that they have. Like my son said, he's electrician now.
Yes.
Well, these guys do electrical work while they're incarcerated
Right.
in the but they don't get a certification for it, but they
Or
learn
they
the
don't honor the
skills.
certifications.
So
A
helping
lot
them
of
learn
times.
how.
Yeah, because I know a friend of mine. He got a welding certificate in prison, and he came out. And nobody wanted to hire him because of that. So what he did is he got in the door as an apprentice, and then he started going to school and getting more and more certs, more and more certs. And now he's getting $55 an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's a way to
worth it.
maneuver. And I just want to say this.
Yes, sir.
Aside from the stuff that I'm doing
Yeah.
in the community, and I'm doing a number of other different things, my main thing is to complete this manuscript. I plan on having it completed on the market by February of 2020. But I noticed that when I share with my son, hey, man, you want to go up to Sacramento with me when I get out there, man, and
Right.
we do this interview with Nate, man, and, kind of share how we became, integrated and
Right.
united under the conditions we was under. He said, yeah, Pop, no problem. He said, the only thing is my weekend to keep my daughter. I got a 9-year-old granddaughter also.
Okay.
And so he keeps her every other weekend. He
Okay.
said, so if we go, I gotta come back the same day, and it gotta be within a reasonable time
Right.
in order for me to be the one to return her to her mother and everything,
Absolutely.
because that's my responsibility. I gotta fulfill that.
Good
So
dad.
I arranged the flight reservation and all that along
Right.
with informing you to fit within that structure,
Absolutely.
based on him showing me he's being responsible.
Yeah.
So I want to give him credit for that, because he's doing something that I didn't have an opportunity
Salute,
to do.
for sure.
And it's one of the things that a lot of dads in the community, I don't want to hit them with the deadbeat and all that. I think they get
No,
hit with
that's
that
what they
enough.
are. No.
Well, I ain't gonna.
Nah. If they not, look, that's one thing I don't do is I don't sugarcoat stuff on my channel, bro. Like if you doing it and you, just like I said, when he said he felt like you abandoned, you left him. You did that.
Yeah.
You got to sit in your stuff.
I
They out there doing.
Yeah.
If cats is out here not taking care of their responsibility, they deadbeat ass dudes, and they got to sit in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can do better.
Right.
They can do better. They have the. If they rolling. Yeah, you ain't got to sugarcoat nothing for my channel,
He
man.
focused on that, man.
Yeah.
And so that's in me.
Yes.
I didn't get to give him that.
Right.
He got it.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm proud of him for that, and I see that happening,
Yeah.
and I see the effect it's having on my granddaughter, man.
Right.
To help her take her academic
Yeah.
schooling seriously,
Yeah.
and her development, how it's coming along. It impresses me when I see that, man.
I
And so I'm
appreciate
saying, just for me to see that, I know that was important for me to get out.
Yeah.
Just based on him taking the time to make this sacrifice and come to spend this time. And let me
Man.
say this here: this is the first time him and I have ever rode on an airplane together.
Oh, is that right?
So,
Okay.
so just that in itself. And while we was rolling, he was asleep, but God was giving me the revelation. This is just the beginning.
Yes.
See, because we're gonna be doing other interviews. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel that
Yeah.
this is gonna start something.
Oh, it
because
definitely is.
and he got the gift of being able to speak
Yeah.
in group structures.
Yeah.
I'm the one that can go before the audience
Right.
and deliver, but he got it in him as well if that's something he decided he want to do.
do whatever he
So
want.
it's the process of making ourselves available to help people avoid making the mistakes we made, because that's a burning desire that you have.
Yes.
Man, we all in, because if we don't do it, who gonna do it?
None of it. No, nobody will.
And then what
You're
was
right.
what was the reason for us to go through what we went through if we can't use it to
It'll
help
be
somebody
wasted
else,
time.
man?
And everybody knows I
Come
don't
on,
waste
man.
time. If we don't do something with the time we did, we wasted it.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
So it got to be for some help,
So-
some work.
So we got that. We gonna end that with that. Look for more to come, man. Mr. Paul Scott and Mr. Paul Scott Jr. Believe it, man. This is just the beginning, man. The books, like he said, the manuscript to be out February 2020, hopefully. We got some other stuff we're gonna do. I want to thank you for taking some of your time, your daughter's time to come up here, man, and do this interview, Mr. Scott. Once again, I appreciate you. We're obviously gonna do more work together. Man, that's what it is, man. Y'all see what it is. If y'all want more of this fire content, tell your people about it, man. Screenshot it, put it on your page. I don't care what you gotta do. Just do it. Live from Sacramento, Snake Dog 916, man. I should have did that different, but whatever.